Hey guys, it's Keisha. I'm going to tell you something. One of the biggest pet peeves that I have is wasting food. I don't care if it's cookie dough. I don't care if it's bananas that are about to turn. I don't care if it's pie crust. I mean, whatever it is, we can always do something with our leftover scraps. We can always find something to do to make an amazing dish, to make a really nice snack, just to do something really simple and repurpose. I mean, waste not, want not. You know, we're just so blessed. We live in the land of plenty that we should go ahead and really honor the produce and the proteins and everything that we have and not be so wasteful. Well, that's my mission. That's what I do, and that's what I teach my kids, and that's what I do for my family. So today, on that note, I have a little bit of leftover pie crust. The holidays are over, and I did make some pies for New Year's a couple days ago. And this is some leftover pie dough that I had just bundled together. So today we're going to make something really, really super simple, super sweet, and really super satisfying. I have 2 bananas, and as you can see, the skins are turning brown, but the fruit is still really good. They're still pretty firm. They're not too soft, which is perfect. I have some raw sugar right here. I have some butter. I have a little bit of salt and some pure cane syrup right here. So what we're going to do is make magic. I have a cold burner and a nonstick skillet. So what I want to do is take some of this butter, and I'm just going to smash it down and make a nice layer in the bottom of the skillet. And this is actually going to be a banana tarte tatin. It's a very small one. We just, like I said, we're working with scrap pie crust and a couple of bananas. So this is just something to use to make a nice, really great snack. Now, my daughter's at work right now, and I know whenever she comes home, she's probably going to go ahead and want to tear right into this. So I want to make a nice little pat of butter all along the bottom of the skillet right here. As you can see, what this will do is this is going to cook with the sugar, heat up with the sugar to make a nice caramel sauce. If it gets on the side, doesn't matter. It's all going to cook together and bubble together. So there you go, nice little pat of butter, nice little smear of butter on the bottom there. Let me clean my hands real quick. All right. Now what I'm going to do is take just a little bit of this raw sugar, and I'm going to sprinkle it, but I want to do nice, healthy sprinkles of sugar all over. And bananas are so good. They're high in potassium, and they're naturally sweet as it is, so bananas and caramel go really, really well together. So I put maybe 2 tablespoons of sugar on top of the butter mixture right here, as you can see. There we go. I want to put just a little pinch of salt because, like I said, this is going to caramelize together, but I want a salty caramel. I want to really, really enrich that flavor. Now, to give it just a little something special, I'm going to take some pure cane syrup. If I can get the bottle open, there we go. And I'm going to pour about 2 teaspoons of cane syrup on top of this. So this is going to be really decadent. This is going to be really, really good. So 2 teaspoons, and just kind of swirl it around a little bit. Some of the best syrup. Very, very rich, so it doesn't take very much. And it's a natural product too. So you don't have to worry about, refined sugars and everything else too. So what we're doing is very simple. You can use natural raw ingredients like I am. Okay, so now I want to turn the heat on to low. And this is just gonna start everything warming up together. I'm gonna get my knife. I'm gonna cut the ends off of my banana and peel it. Now, bananas are usually very soft and they cook very easily, but I want to have some consistency and some texture to my tarte tatin. So I want to cut these in about 1.5 inch pieces. Banana number 2, just like this. There we go. All right. So I'm going to cut them in about 1-inch chunks, like this. See, so they're gonna stand up very nicely as we go ahead and set them in the pan. So I put my bananas together, cutting them up. Just like that, perfect. So what I'm going to do now is layer the bananas and just kind of place them in my pan. So that way they're nice and uniform. Just like this. And I'm going to go all the way around the pan, put the banana pieces touching each other, and pack as many as I possibly can into this pan. Now, Maybe I need more banana, maybe I need less, but I really think that 2 is going to be plenty. In fact, I may have extra pieces here that I'll probably try to find room for. Because I really like a pie, which this is kind of like a pie. I like a pie that has a lot of substance to it, that's like not too chinchy on the filling, you know, I like something that's got good heart to it as well. You like the meat of the pie, if you will. Here we go. Got more bananas, and I'm just layering in, just laying them down just like this. And if I find little gaps, it's okay to cut the bananas in half. And you can fill in some pieces too. They'll actually fit better if you cut them down a little bit. So no big deal. There's a nice little spot right there where you can fit. And I have a nice spot here for you. That's right. And sometimes I talk to my food. I know I'm kind of a weirdo that way, but it's all right. It tastes really good. Right? There you go. Alrighty. So now I've got all my bananas in, and I have 2 little pieces left. Take care of those right now. Cleaning up a little bit more. Here we go. Okay, so now I want to increase the heat. I was at low, now I want to turn it up to like a medium-high heat. The reason being is because I want this butter to melt, and I want the sugar to go ahead and caramelize and just get really, really nice and melty and make a really super sweet syrup that's going to coat these bananas whenever the pie is done. So as this cooks, I'm going to go ahead and roll out my pie dough, clear out my mess. Get all of this out of the way here. There we go. So like I said, I have some pie dough right here, and this is just leftover pieces of scraps that I kept in the refrigerator in plastic wrap. And I want to let it come to room temperature so that way it's kind of soft and pliable. My pie dough is water, butter, a little bit of a secret ingredient, and some sugar. And the secret ingredient I have gives it an extra flaky crust, and it's actually vodka. It's ice cold, just a few little drops, and it actually can change the texture of it and make it really, really special. All right. So I'm going to unroll my pie crust here. Make sure that's coming to a nice simmer, and it is. All right. So my rolling pin, I'm just going to roll the dough out. Just like this. There we go. And there's a lot of fat in the pie crust because it is mostly butter. I mean, there's a lot of butter in this pie crust. I don't want it too thin, and I certainly don't want it too thick. And I don't need to roll it out too big. And because this is such a small skillet, it makes the perfect size to use just leftover scraps because I don't need a whole big sheet of pie crust, you know, for a whole pie. It's maybe 10 inches in my skillet, and that's all I need to cover it. So you can see it right now. Come with me. So you see right now, it's starting to bubble. This is getting perfect. It's getting that nice golden brown color that we're looking for. You just have to be careful that it doesn't burn because it is butter. Butter burns easily, and so does sugar. So whenever they come together, it can go south on you pretty fast. So this is a good time to go ahead and roll out that dough because you can keep an eye on the bananas at the same time. And if your dough falls apart, it's okay. It's no big deal. You can easily put it back together. There we go. This is going to be amazing. So like I said, my daughter's at work right now, and she absolutely loves bananas. And she likes pie. So this is going to be a great little snack for her, a nice little treat whenever she comes back home. Okay. So my pie dough is probably about 1 centimeter thick. And the bananas are really starting to cook up nicely now. You can see they're bubbling up really, really, really well. The caramel's starting to turn a nice golden brown. Okay, we're going to keep watching it. Watch for that amber color. There we go. So like I said, your pie dough doesn't have to be very thick. Your crust doesn't have to be very thick, but it should be uniform. It should be like the same thickness all the way across, and that way it'll bake evenly. So speaking of baking, my oven is preheated to 375 degrees. Once this is ready, oh, and I think it is, I can smell the steamed syrup. I can smell it just coming up. And I think I'm ready to pull it, so I'm going to turn my heat off, and I'm going to pull my bananas away from it. So now, nice little trick, I'm going to go ahead and roll my pie crust onto the rolling pin. It makes it easier to put over my pie shell, or in this case, my pan. So have it rolled over, and then just lay it across, just like that. We do that comme ça. Now, I'm gonna get a spoon, and I wanna tuck in the edges of this pie. There we go. Just gonna tuck it in a little bit, all the way around. Okay, yeah. And what this does is it kind of forms a seal, which is really, really cool. So we have our pie crust that's coming in. Oh my gosh, this is really something else. This is really fantastic. Tuck it all the way in, all the way around. There we go. Look at this. Perfect. Okay, so now, look at that. Oh, there it is. So what we want to do now is we want to make sure that the pie crust gets cooked all the way through. So I'm going to get my knife, and I just want to make a few little holes in it. So I'm going to go 1 hole here, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. And what this will do is this will release the steam that's going to go ahead and accumulate underneath so that the fruit doesn't become too soggy or mushy or anything, but it will soften up. Okay, here we go. This is going into my oven. Right over here. 375 degrees. We're going to test it after about 12 minutes and see where the crust is. All right. Stay tuned. Okay, so it's been a little bit more than 12 minutes. I actually had to cook mine for 15, but it's so worth it. Whenever you open this oven, you just get hit with that smell of the caramel and the sugar and the bananas. And this. I can't wait for it to cool. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Really nice done crust. It's so amazing. Okay, so come with me back over here to the stove because we're not quite done yet. We still have quite a bit more to do. Let's see if I can get you here. There we go. Okay. All right, beautiful. Okay, so check this out. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my plate and put it over my pan, and you have to be super, super careful here, okay? Firm, steady grip. 1, 2, 3, flip. And here we go. And it all comes out. And sometimes the fruit may stick, and that's okay. But look at this. Let's see if I can do like Julia Child, you know, just fix it. If nobody else is in your kitchen, nobody's gonna know. Here we go. Oops. Because it's kind of hot, so I'm gonna use a spoon to get this last piece of banana that didn't want to come out. There we go. Look at that. Alrighty. So check this out. Look at this. Look at how beautiful and amazing it is. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, so we're almost done. What I need to do now is turn my heat back on, okay? So I have, oh, careful. You can't see heat, but the handle's hot. Be very careful. All right. So I'm going to turn my heat back on high. Then I have all of the leftover butter and sugar and goodness that's actually in the pan. I want to go ahead and warm it up. And I want to take just a little bit, maybe 2 teaspoons of dark rum. That'll do right there. Keep it on the flame. Move my spoon out of the way. And now you're about to see some fireworks. Okay, not really fireworks, but it's going to be really pretty, right? So this is nice and hot. And there we go. Flambe. Pour it over. And there you go. So the flambe is actually burning off all of the sugars, all of the alcohol out of the rum, and it's intensifying the sugars and the caramel. This is going to be absolutely amazing. Don't worry about the flames. The flames will burn out as soon as all the alcohol is gone. And by the time I'm finished explaining this, the flames have pretty much died out. And there you go. So this is a lovely, lovely, simple snack. I'm going to turn your heat off. Lovely, lovely, simple snack. And you can dust it with powdered sugar. You can even put a dollop of fresh whipped cream on it, creme fraiche, however you want to enjoy it. You can just go ahead and enjoy it as it is. So let it cool and enjoy, and you can have a lovely professional bakery style snack in less than 20 minutes. All right, guys, this is Keisha. Try it at home and enjoy.